This is low-key crazy. So this dude is getting arrested for living out of this storage unit for 2+ years after his friend snitched on him. Just wait till you see this place. Now I feel he low-key has a solution to homelessness. And he's quite the decorator. We're going to get into all the little details here. But just the fact that he was living here for 2 years and nobody had any idea tells us that small units like this could be a solution. I mean, which would you rather have it? In small units like this, or you have them on the streets? Now, taking a deeper look, bro was low-key cooking. He's got a little microwave oven in there. I don't know what these are exactly, but it looks like something that you can use for working out. Don't know why he's got so many of them, though. And he doesn't have a laundry unit, so obviously his dirty clothes are going to pile up. He's got a little speaker system and a gaming chair. I wonder if he's got a PS5 in there somewhere. But what do you guys think? Should they have arrested him, or should they have just kicked him out? Personally, I'd rather have him living out of here than right on the street. But what do you think?
So if you're going to live in a storage unit, you're going to need to be as invisible as you possibly can be. You basically need to be a ghost. If anybody finds out you're here, that's when you start running into trouble. So first of all, I needed power for my unit. So what I did is I ran an extension cord along the power cable up here, and I sort of zip tied it up. So you can't really tell its power is going to my unit unless you are looking closely. So this is my unit here, and at the top of the unit you can see I have an antenna, and that's so I can get a cell signal inside the unit itself, because once you close the door it drops all signal. I have a lock which I've magnetized onto the door so it looks like it's locked even when it's not. And then when I actually do want to lock it, I can just use this lock or use another one down here and leave that one there. All right, so let's take a look at the unit now. So in here, I've got my TV, entertainment center set up there. I've got my bed. I've got my kitchen area over there, complete with a fridge, and my couch over here. Once you're inside here, you can close the door. And I've screwed on a latch here, so that way you can close it and sort of lock it from the inside. I've also put a mirror up, so you can see what you're doing. Up here, I've got a toaster oven. And this toaster oven actually works pretty well. I'd say it works just as well as a conventional oven. I've got some dishes over here. Got some more pots and pans over here. And my fridge is right here. Underneath, I've got a filing cabinet, some tools, and some storage for some other stuff I have. Up on this part of the kitchen, I have cutting board, so I can make some lunch or dinner there. I have a hot plate for boiling water, cereal. Up here is the Tupperware, and then over here I've got a food cupboard for all my food. And this is the sink I've built, and the sink is basically like a 25-liter container filled with water, and I've attached these tubes here, so you just open it up, then the water comes down this tube and out there. So you've got running water, you can do dishes, get a drink, whatever, and then the water filters into this bucket, which goes down into these holes here, which goes into a funnel, which leads into a separate container here. And I usually find I have to empty that container and refill that one, usually once a week, maybe twice. So over here above the bed, I've built a bar, and this is just to hold all my liquor and drinks and everything. But I've also got stuff at the back there behind the bed. So what I've done is I've built this little hinge here. This comes out, and then the hinge drops down, and then that can hold in place while you go and get whatever you need to from back there. Over here, I've built a clothing rack, and this works just like it would in any closet. put your clothes there, except I've included this little latch here on this string, so you can push the clothing further to the wall, giving you more space. Up here, I've built some shelving for some items that I'm storing in here that I don't really use too much. I got my snowboard hanging from the ceiling there. And as you can see, all the stuff I've built in here is all built basically hanging from the ceiling. And the way I did that is I just got 2x4s, really long 2x4s, and put them all the way across the unit. And then I used L brackets to build shelving down from that. So the lighting system here is, these are all like Philips Hue lights. So you can just turn them on and off with either your smartphone app or this wireless switch here. And of course, I do have my router there broadcasting my network, which that's all connected to. This is my new TV I just bought. It's a 4K TV, and I've got it hooked up to my computer so I can game on it or watch movies or do anything like that. So up here, I've got, this is my left surround speaker. So the thing about the speakers is, to hear properly, they should be positioned over here in the center and then to the right. But since this is the doorway, I sort of built this on a sliding system. So it just slides over. And now it's in the correct spot, so you'll have proper sound. And of course, I've got the back speakers back there. As for extra storage, if you look up in the ceiling, I've got some games stored up there, just some pieces of wood to store various items. Got my nunchucks up here, and all my shoes. It's a great place to build a shoe rack. For storing my other clothes that aren't on the rack over there.
Just racking up on a few things to take back to a storage unit. I appreciate all the gestures and the warming comments and all that, but I'm a man, I'm gonna get through this, you know, I'm gonna work, grind hard. If y'all want to support me, just watch the video through, comment and like it and share it.
So good out here though. Whew. Nice and catch some air out here, y'all. While I'm eating this. What is it?
Day one of living in the storage unit. I was able to get electricity so I could start cooking. Tonight I'm gonna finally be able to stretch out while I'm sleeping. It's actually better than sleeping in the car. I'm just trying to be grateful because I know there's somebody that would trade positions with me.
That bi-weekly grocery run be having me stressed every single time because What do you mean $173? What do you mean? And then I still gotta bag my own groceries, fight for my life while other people are waiting. $173. If y'all see me start to fade away, it's because I've decided to give up eating. Because, mind you, this is my second grocery store run of the week. I did Trader Joe's yesterday for some frozen meals, my flowers, you know. And for the actual meals, that was today. And I can't do this for too much longer.
Do you make enough money to cover basic costs of living? In the US, most people don't. That's according to this new report, which looked into whether people can afford daily necessities like food and shelter, but also if they can afford the things typically necessary for work, like transportation, higher education, and childcare. And here's their key takeaway. For the bottom 60% of US households, a minimal quality of life is out of reach. And this is what their data from 2021 to 2023 shows. The cost of affording what amounts to be a basic level of economic stability doubled. Housing and healthcare costs surged. And the amount of savings required to attend an in-state public university soared 122%. All of that while median earnings for the bottom 60% declined during that time span. This is how much it costs to maintain a minimal quality of life based on family size, according to the report. Unfortunately, the makers of the report expect that the gap between what low-income families earn and what they need to afford a minimal cost of living is just going to keep getting wider. Read more on the report and our interview with the chairman of the organization who put it together at cbsnews.com.
Good gracious, Medicare is almost broke, Social Security is almost broke, and we have $37 trillion in debt. Guys, we've got to start taking control over our own financial future, because clearly we can't live on Social Security. The average Social Security check is around $1,300 a month. Tell me, are you able to pay everything on $1,300 a month?
Bro, the cost of living is insane right now. Like, what are we doing? I swear before COVID in my area, $20 an hour was like, you balling, you good. Now, people that making $20 an hour, I'm like, man, how are they surviving? Like, this is insane. Fast food places are paying $20 an hour now. So $20 an hour is the new $10 an hour. Obviously, all of this is relative to where you live. So my $20 an hour, where I live in Northern Virginia, may be your $16 an hour, or maybe your $30 an hour. It all really depends on where you live. Like, I can't be the only one that sees this stuff. Like, I can't be the only one that understands what's going on. And it honestly worries me that there's some people out there that make less than that. Like, think about the people out there that's making minimum wage. Like, probably have to work 2 or 3 jobs just to make up for, you know, a livable income. It's insane. Comment down below, right before COVID, what was that amount, that hourly rate where you lived, where you was like, man, if you make $20 an hour, or if you make such and such an hour, you good, you chilling, you making good money. What was that number for y'all? Comment down below and let me know. It's important that y'all do that because people can see like, wow, once upon a time, $15 an hour was actually decent.
Just this week, my 22-year-old daughter, who's in her first job, she's done everything that society said she should do. She'd go to university, take on the student debt, go into work.
Yeah, which is a tax, really.
Which is a tax.
Yeah.
She's pretty much on national minimum wage, and her friends have asked if she wants to move in with them, and she said, Mum, I can't afford to. I've worked it out. I've gone through my bills, and the rent would be £800 to £900 a month for a room. Mm-hmm. Yes, that's in London. I understand that. But we made the choice actually together intergenerationally that Lucy, stay at home a little bit longer, save up a little bit more, and then at some point you might be able to move out. I never had to do that. Yeah. I went to university. I moved into a rented accommodation. I never looked back.
This is how much more expensive everything is today versus the year 2000. Childcare is one of the things hitting people the hardest. In the year 2000, it was $6,000 a year for an infant. Today, it's closer to $15,000. Although in higher cost of living areas, I've heard of people paying $20,000 a year or more. In-state college tuition was a relatively affordable $3,500 a year in 2000. Today it comes in at $11,600, so it's more than tripled. But has the quality of education tripled? $163,500 was the median cost of a home in the year 2000. Today it's over $410,000. A new car was $22,000 in 2000. Today over $47,000. A health insurance plan for a family of 4, not including what your employer covers, was $6,400. Today that same healthcare is almost 4 times more expensive at $24,000 a year. And if you're planning on getting married, that would have cost you about $20,000 in 2000. Today, $36,000, ballooning over 80%. With the takeaway being, you gotta be smarter with your money these days. Invest every cent you can because the cost of everyday living is only gonna go up.
Hey everybody, my name is Tyler, and because of the out of control inflation that we're having in our country right now and rent prices being over $1,500 a month, I have been outpriced at the rental market, and I live here in my car full time, and I wanted to give you a brief tour. So starting with the bed here, it is a 3-inch memory foam mattress topper, super comfortable. I have about 4 layers of blankets, which keeps me warm, especially right now we've got 20-degree weather at night, so it's pretty cold. Moving over here, I have my cooler. I've had a few people tell me I'm not supposed to have this cooler because I live in my car, but it actually was a birthday gift last year for my 30th birthday, and I just can't part with it. I absolutely love it. Keeps all my food cold and fresh for days. I absolutely just adore this cooler, so I'm not going to get rid of it. And in the back there, you can see I have 2 really comfortable pillows. I'm about 5.
Yo, what in the actual fuck is going on out here in Cali, man? Last year, my rent was $925. I just opened up this letter, and it says your new rent amount is $2,300 starting on the 1st. No upgrades, no renovations. They didn't even add a fucking washer and a dryer. This is crazy, man. I mean, is everybody else dealing with this? Or am I the only one getting screwed here?
Bitch, I ain't even supposed to be in Target, but damn it, is this the same soap that was $9.99? The tariffs is terrible. How am I supposed to keep myself clean in this motherfucker? This shit used to be like $2. This shit $4.
I just did an updated monthly budget, so per month what we have to pay in bills, and it comes to $11,965 in bills that my partner and I have per month, and that is not including any groceries, any petrol, or any leisure activities, and that is not including making provision for future bills, for example, obviously electricity or something. $12,000 before those things. The fact that we have to come up with this amount of money each month just to pay our immediate bills before we even pay anything else. And I have like crippling anxiety because this is just like so full on.
This is why I choose to live in my car versus get an apartment. First of all, the price of apartments in McKinney, Texas is outrageous, man. I guess I could move to Dallas, but nigga, I worked my way out of the hood. I'm not trying to go back. I'm not trying to be working a job just to pay for an apartment that I'm never at because I'm at my job working to pay for an apartment that I'm never at, bro. And as you guys may already know, I'm moving to Mexico in a month. So why go get another apartment when I just had issues with the last apartment I was at when I could just live in my car? I'm comfortable in my car. I don't got no unnecessary bills I gotta pay in my car. There's gas, really, and food, honestly. And to be honest with you, I don't value like the luxurious, comfortable life. I really am a person that values freedom and being able to do what I want to do, to be completely honest. I went through a breakup, moved out of that place that I was living, got an apartment, went through some bullshit, and now I'm here. Came to a point where I decided, because 2 days after me getting through that breakup and leaving the crib, I lost my job. I just decided, you know what? I don't want to be putting my well-being in other people's hands no more. You feel me? So I decided, you know what? I'm not working no job. I'm going to figure this out. I'm a freelance. I'm a video edit. I got a bunch of skills that I utilized in my business in Connecticut that I decided, you know what? I'm going to go hands-on and go all in right now. And to be completely honest with you, I just want to live life on my terms. I want to take my life by the balls. I want to lead my life into success and being free. So when you guys ask me, Jamal, why do you live in your car? Why do you say you're homeless? I'm actually not homeless. This is my decision. I live in my car, bro, because I value the freedom. And honestly, I tried it and I love it. So maybe you should try it too. Wait till next month when you guys start seeing how I'm living, man. Y'all gonna be like, wow, bro, maybe I should go live in my car and save some money up and go travel the world and do things that are not of the societal norm of getting a job, going to college, to work job, to pay for an apartment, to buy a house, to have kids, to wait till you're 65 to retire and actually do something with your life and enjoy it. Like, no, bro, I'm not doing that. I'm healthy. I eat good food, as you can see. I move off a high frequency. I use all my brain power, man. I'm very smart. I've already had a successful business before. Why not go all in? All I have to do really is just remove the negativity out of my life. And that was people, man. I think y'all gotta realize money not gonna bring you happiness. Only you can do that. You can't buy happiness, bro. You can buy peace of mind. You can't buy happiness. Love.
Yo, you good in there? Yeah, just moving things around. What do you mean you're moving things around? Yo, can't be sleeping in here, bro. It's a storage facility.
Bro, you're disturbing my workplace.
Nah, bro, you can't sleep here, bro.
Yo, I just got some terrible news, man. I just got kicked out the storage unit, man. This is crazy. I don't know where I'm gonna go now. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't want to go back to I don't want to go back to the house or none of that. I don't want to do none of that, man. I don't know what to do. I'm seriously, I just got off work and then come to the house and to go chill in the storage and all this now.
We needed for you to come to the office regarding the issue that we had with your unit. We've gotten complaints and other notifications that you've been living in the unit. Unfortunately, your lease has been terminated.
And all this, I'm at the gas station just chilling. I don't know what to do. I need help, man. I don't know if I'm gonna get another storage unit or a tent. Somebody.
Moving into our new space. You can pretty much live in here during the day, and then at nighttime, you can't sleep in here, so we gotta go back to the tent. Storage is right next to our tent. It's amazing.
And it's climate controlled. Huge! It's absolutely huge. And we're finally gonna have a space to set up all our nice stuff.
I'm tired. You ready to get this left?
My tomato.
A little bit.
I haven't wanted ice water so bad in my life.
Taking all of this stuff out of our tent, put it into this new storage.
It's just gonna be a living space. There's not even gonna be storage. Barely. Tell me how we got this fucking weird wall. I'm gonna hang stuff on it. I'm gonna make it my little artwork.
We can have a camera in here set up.
Oh shit. And I like that this is open.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Put up Christmas lights.
So me and my girl testing, we trying to figure out if this is good enough to be sneaky and hide and stuff. We trying to hide this shit. No, I don't think we should do that. You want to let people know that you can get back here. If this was completely blocked off, then that means someone's behind the boxes. They're from making noise and stuff. You see what I'm saying? We don't want that. We want people to know that, okay, somebody's back there. You can see the gap. But they can't see enough to know that somebody's living here. If somebody was to come over here, they don't know nothing. I live in the storage unit because it's cheap in comparison to an apartment. Living here is actually really comfortable. I get a lot of things that I need and want to get done here. I can exercise. I can use the bathroom. I can play music anywhere in the unit. It's climate controlled in here, so it's nice and warm. This unit is 24 hours, so I can come here anytime I want, stay here as long as I need to. We can take naps if we need to and go to sleep. So this is our living space. Very, very grateful to have this space. And if we want to eat, I just cook right out front. Or we'll just prepare something cold inside of the unit. Sandwiches. If we want to get power, we use our power bank. They also have power here so we can charge our power bank. Me and my baby will live here as long as we need to until we get the shelter that we want. Because we're living here, now we can save up more money to get what we really want. We're in it for the long haul.
We got kicked out of our storage unit. The higher ups found out about my video and went so viral. We ended up getting kicked out. Now we're just trying to figure out where to go and what we're gonna do with all of our stuff. We're gonna have to get a new storage unit. So yeah, we got kicked out. We just don't know what to do right now. We're trying to figure it out. It's a lot. It's a lot of uncertainty. We can't live here anymore. And we can't make videos in here anymore. Now all we have is a tent and it's freezing cold outside. Can't live in a storage unit anymore. Figured I was gonna get kicked out, but I'm willing to take risks. You know, have a crazy come up, a great come up. And it was a risk. I was willing to take it so I can get out of here.
So although I'm homeless by choice, I feel completely safe where I live. In order to get into my residence, you have to have a code. And in order to get on any floor other than the first floor in the elevator, you also have to have a code. So I don't have to worry about anyone running up on me while I'm sleeping. Now, this is my routine at night before I go do Uber. Because the business hours are from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. and everything locks down, including the elevator, I have to set myself up to where I can get back into the unit once I'm done working. So that's what you see me doing here. I go up to my unit, I put my things away, I come back down, I set up the door to where it does not lock and also to where no one can notice that it's open. There are other people here. I don't want to jeopardize them. I'll prop the gate open so that I can walk through and I park my car outside.